My name's Thomas Turgoose. I'm an actor, commonly known for probably This Is England or Kingsman, or famously being an extra in Game of Thrones. Never conform and always evolve for me. I guess society as a whole is kind of conforming, innit? It's like we're kind of always led to believe that we have to do this sort of 9 to 5. You pay your taxes and you have a little bit of fun on the weekend, but not too much fun. And then we're kind of back to it. And I don't know, I guess with my career that I've done since I was a kid, I've always done the opposite to that. I've always kind of made my own decisions in everything, really. Like, you know, like it just, and I guess you kind of need that. You need that with being an actor, because it's not, our job isn't normal. Do you know what I mean? We don't follow the normal rules. Like, we have a lot of time off work, and then we work hard when we're on set as well. So, yeah, I guess it's just kind of like just doing something a bit different. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've always, ever since I was a kid, I've always been that kind of kid that's always out to make a bit of money. Like for my auditions for This Is England when I was a kid, I was charging Shane Meadows fivers for the auditions, and that's kind of always defined me as a kid, and that story has always followed me, and it's something that I'm like mega proud of. So yeah. Being that sort of working class kid, that young kid from Grimsby, who was constantly told that I would never do anything, and even when I was cast in This Is England when I was 13, I remember teachers at school even saying to me, "Make the most of it, mate, because it's not gonna, you won't have a career of it." And here I am 20 years later, hopefully with what I feel like is a pretty steady career. So, and it's only getting better and better. So, I guess that's the main moment. I've always just defied the odds in that, like showing people that, you know, kids like us can be creative, and we can do, you know, we can do the jobs that people always tell us that we can't. Do you know what I mean? Whether that be, and it's not just in the acting world. You know, kids are always told that you're never going to be a successful business owner, or you're never going to be a footballer, you're never going to be an actor, you're never going to be this. It's like, you know what I mean? People like that, it's just, I don't know what right some people think that they've got to tell kids that they can't do something, when I like to think that I'm an example of that. You can do something, do you know what I mean? What's the hardest decision I've ever had to make? I guess like starting a family. Starting a family's big, innit? Because, you know, I've always been quite known of being a bit of a party lad when I was younger. But I guess when you make the decision to have a family, that all, you know, within reason, comes to a halt. So that was obviously a big thing. I don't know, getting a tube here today, tube or line bike, that was a tough decision to make. Life's full of fucking hard decisions, innit? I don't know, like I think every day, especially the way society is, it's like you never know what's around the corner, so you've got to make every decision and just stick by it and just be defiant in it, I guess. The lessons I live by, just echoing the last question, just when you make a decision, you make it confidently, you stick by it, you don't let anyone tell you that anything else other than what you believe. Yeah, and you're just resilient with the decisions that you make. Treat people how you want to be treated. Don't be a dickhead. Yeah. The obvious one for me, I mean, the obvious person who shaped me the most, I mean, there's a list of people. It's like my dad, my wife, my kids. Kid, not plural. But the obvious one for me, on a professional level, but on a personal level, would be Stephen Graham. And a lot of people, I don't want people to think that because of how successful Stephen is now, people think that I'm saying that just to chase clout or whatever, but Stephen's always been, he's been a massive part of my life since I was 12 years old. You know, he's taught me so much about the industry and the way that I approach roles and the way that I treat directors and everybody on set, but also just like on a personal level as well. Like is a role model in a sense that like when he spends time at his house, like me and my wife and my little boy do. Like, he's the most amazing husband, and he's the most amazing dad. And you look at the family that he's made, and that's the exact same environment I want at home. But then also when you look at his CV, at his work and the performance that he puts in, it's like, that's exactly what I want as well. And I guess that's what a role model is. But also, yeah, I guess he's just such a beautiful man, and I guess he just always teaches me to be grateful for the things that you've got in life, personally and for work. So, yeah, big up Stevie G, Stevie Graham, not Stephen Gerrard. I'm Thomas Turgoose, and that's why I'm a voice of defiance.